Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius. This is Casper Fox, and we are here with Epic the Musical. Hi, Casper.
What's up, Mortius?
Can you tell we rehearsed that? I have been telling every poor soul I can get my hands on about Epic the Musical since I hopped into it a while ago. I have been absolutely loving Epic the Musical, and finally, I've been able to trick someone into hopping into my new hyperfixation with me, Casper Fox. For those of you who don't know Casper is a fellow reactor somewhat recently, but before that is a music producer and artist of his own, as well as a brand manager for a lot of people I feature on this channel, such as Peter Barber, The Wellerman, and The Bass Gang. So he is a very talented, multifaceted individual. Like I said, he's got two different channels, one for reactions, one for solo music. I will try to remember to link both in the description. I will definitely remember to link one. Hopefully I remember to link both. Casper, yell at me later if I don't. All that to be said, I'm really, really excited to share this with someone. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Horse and the Infant on my channel. And then if you want to see the rest of the Troy saga, you are going to hop over to his channel. If you're here for the premiere, it's going to be one after the other. Otherwise, that link's going to be at the very top of the description for you to hop on into. Now, I believe you said you have heard Just a Man before, right?
Yeah, so I saw this Pokemon edit on TikTok that had Just a Man. I just fell in love with that song. I did a mini cover of it.
Oh, yes, yes, you did. It's such a perfect, song for edits. It goes so hard for any kind of edit with character growth or anything like that. But, so even though you have heard the song, you still don't know, obviously the context and the story. And then you haven't heard anything from the other 4 songs we're checking out today, right?
Nothing.
Awesome.
Just a man in a TikTok edit. That's it.
Perfect. So, like I said, we're going to be hopping into the first 2 on my channel, the next 3 still together over on his channel, and then, assuming he falls in love with it like me, I'm sure you can look out for the rest of the sagas on his channel, probably without me, in the near-ish future. But of course, I won't speak for him. We'll see how much he loves it. But I am really, really excited for this. Definitely please support the 2 of us on Patreon if you can. That is the best way to support small content creators. That's how you get content like this early. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. Do you have anything you want to say for your channel? Any big things that you need to mention?
No,
okay.
I'm just very excited to see what Epic is all about.
Okay, fine. Then without any further ado, let's hop right on into it with the Horse and the Infant. Let's go. You ready?
Yeah, I'm born ready. Let's do it.
Because SyncWatch is weird, it won't let me scroll back to the very beginning, so you're missing 3 guitar notes. But other than that, we'll be good to go. And I'm pretty much going to let you handle the pauses, however we do that. Just as a warning for everybody, I am a very pause-heavy channel. Casper also likes to pause, probably not quite as much as me, but still definitely likes to pause and analyze when he has things to say. So if you are someone who likes watching things all the way through, go check the link in the description for the original video. This is not going to be for you. All right. So I'm going to let you handle most of the pausing, rewinding. I might pause if I have something to say, but for the most part, we're going to let you take care of that. Let's do this from the beginning.
Alright, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war, they killed us slowly, but now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again. Yes, sir. Die immediately.
Okay, I gotta pause it just for.
Please, I was literally just about to pause in the same place. Actually, I just had to find the button.
Dude, I was not expecting, because this is way more like upbeat, I guess, than I was expecting.
Very contemporary, definitely a very modern style musical.
Yeah, for sure. I was expecting, because with a name, like when you were telling me about like Greek, like the Odyssey and like all stuff, I was expecting theater, like theater, right? Not like this. It's awesome. It's a pleasant surprise.
No, the guy who makes this is incredibly talented. From what I've seen so far, it's very like there's going to be some songs, even of the 5 we're reacting to today, that are a little bit closer to what you expect. Like the fourth song we're checking out is a little bit more flowy and Greek and musical theatery, but I feel like this one we are literally starting, just to give you some like story context if you didn't recognize it from the horse, we're starting at the end of the Trojan War. So like the Trojan horse, like that famous thing.
Yes.
This is like the Odyssey ends, or sorry, the Odyssey starts at the conclusion of the Trojan War. So that's why like it's so upbeat, like we're starting in middle of combat here. And I think he displays that really, really well with that sort of musical style there.
For sure. And I really like how the animation is put together. It looks really cool.
Oh, yes, duh. I just realized that I forgot. So these are actually all fan animatics. So these are all completely fan-made. I realized that I totally forgot to mention what we were reacting to in its entirety. So we are reacting to 3 different animators. The first 2 are from Gigi. Song 3 will be Wolfie, and songs 4 and 5 will be Merxy, who is actually a friend of mine, which is really, really cool. Like, after doing reactions, not like a friend of mine before, but like they reached out to me and now we've kind of started chatting about things like that. We might even have a small project together in the works in the distant future. All that to say, yes, so all of the audio that we are getting is going to be officially released stuff from Jorge, but all the visuals are fan animations, which is really cool. And the voice we've got here, which is Odysseus, is actually Jorge, the creator of the musicals too. Just kind of a fun thing there.
Nice.
Yeah, I know that was a long pause, but I had a lot of things to share. All right, let's take it back just a little bit.
They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again. Yes, sir. Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the yards. Menelaus will let our men through the gates to take the whole city at large. Teucer will shoot any ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor, secure Helena, protect her. Leo, avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector. Yes, sir. Find that inner strength now. Use that well of pride. Fight through every pain now. Ask yourself inside, what do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? Penelope.
All right, just before we get into that part, I really, really, really like how he introduced the triplets into kind of the. So it sounds like he's doing this. It's like a battle plan for what's about to happen that he's like singing. He's about to how they're gonna take it, how they're gonna take the city, and then each an individual member has like their own role, which is cool. And then that was Helen of Troy. No?
Yeah, you're totally right. Mentioned really briefly in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I really, really love this concept. The thing about musicals is that they're not always the greatest at like there are great musicals, but there are also many of them where not all of the songs will do the job where it is to like basically describing what's happening in song, like telling the story, right? Yeah, and the way that he's changing up, like almost like the flow here, like he's almost changing up the flow. Like he's not necessarily rapping, but he's changing up the flow by introducing these triplets and these raised eighths, which is really, really, really nice. I really, really like that. And I love that now that we got to this quiet piece, the animator here decided to change the whole color spectrum of the video. Was a really cool detail. Gigi's
crazy talented. They've probably got like the most like iconic epic animatics across all the different sagas. Like they've got a lot of really good ones. They're very talented. Cool. Yeah. All right. Now we get to what do you fight for? Yeah, I can take it back. Zoop.
Penelope.
And the heartbeat there.
Penelope.
That quick falsetto change.
I fight for us. I fight for us. Penelope. What do you try for? Telemachus. What do you wish for? I'm on my way. What do you fight for? Attack!
Oh yeah.
Who was that?
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here.
Pause. Whoa.
Hello,
First of all,
Skyfather. What happened to your video?
the
oh, there
person, the person singing this is the same guy who's singing "Just a Man," right?
you go. Yes.
Yeah, because I could recognize that Hydra because he did these really cool falsetto changes and then went into the full voice, which was very nice. My God, I love that whole mood change and the way that they're because normally when you think musicals, you don't really think electric guitars. But
Yeah,
here
no.
they're introduced flawlessly. I love that.
Should I? I don't know why. Audience, should I tell him now or let him figure it out on his own? You know what? I'm not going to tell you who is who. Every single important character has a signature instrument.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's
cool.
very crazy cool. And so you picking up on that electric guitar coming in at that specific point is very much for a reason. And as you sort of dive into the musicality more and more on your side, I'm really curious to see how many of them you pick up because I am much more picking up on sort of the structure and the story in my reactions. I feel like you're going to hit the music, like the actual music aspects a lot more just based on what you're like, how many like these triplets and quartets? And I'm like, but
Yeah.
story, look at the story.
It is.
So-
I do
Go.
like the story.
Yeah.
It is very very cool. To me, mostly like because when I do reactions, I'm mostly going from a branding aspect, which is not really possible here. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a musical, not really a brand. But what I'm always thinking and what I'm always reacting to is that the video is kind of a byproduct of the vocals themselves or the song itself.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here like this, what was the animator's name? Gigi?
Gigi.
Gigi, yeah. Gigi has done a phenomenal job at connecting video and vocals, so they're on the same level as you're actually getting way more enjoyment. Like the video is no longer just a byproduct like it is with most content of this
Interesting.
agenda. It actually becomes up where I am feeling these visuals where I'm actually enjoying the song more due to the visuals and understanding the song more due to the visuals that Gigi has put. I really like that.
What a fun perspective. I like that a lot. And then, yeah, I love that you picked up on the instruments. I'm so curious how many more of them you'll pick up. And then, yeah, so I'm not sure if you caught, like, with the way it was animated, the who was that, but, like, whoever sliced across him was not actually
Yeah.
there. Like,
No,
that just
it
came
was a-
in as, well, a vision. So
Yeah.
I'll take it
And
back go.
that looks like Seuss.
Almost certainly, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, that kind of deep voice coming from the sky with the lightning bolts around his head, I think that's a pretty safe bet. I'm trying to be very careful not to like confirm anything that isn't directly confirmed yet, but I'm like looking at what's on screen, I'm like, I mean, yeah, obviously. Big bearded man in the sky with lightning coming out of his hair is probably that man. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a little too far back, but oh well.
Who was that?
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now.
Tell me how.
I don't think you're ready. A mission to kill someone's son, a foe who won't run, unlike anyone you have faced before.
Say no more. I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
Before we get into what's about to happen, I had something I wanted to share, and you look like you had a thought.
Yeah, I think that like synth bass there might be Zeus's instrument then, because that is kind of what is carrying there, or if that is Zeus, whoever that person singing with the low voice seems like
Yeah.
that the synth bass, because the synth bass started dominating in the do 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 in the yeah. And the bird was there was a bird screech. Also, I loved that how he melodically screamed. Like his scream sounded great. Like the
Yeah.
That was really great. And then the bird, and then you heard the bird screech, which I assume maybe is a hawk or something, and it's actually sitting at the window in the back there, as well. I don't know if that means something, but it's a nice touch.
It is a very nice touch. Keep that in mind. The one cool thing that I want to share also, just to give you extra perspective that people gave me in the comments after this video, is the gods are allowed to break the rules of like diegetic music. And what I mean by that is if there is a human character singing and there are background vocals, those have to exist in universe. So at the very beginning, when Odysseus was singing and you heard background vocals, those were his soldiers singing along with him. During Zeus's part, it had that ha, 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 ha background vocals. Those don't actually exist. That just shows that the gods are so powerful that they are able to summon their own backing vocals, essentially. So that's kind of like a difference between the human characters and the divine characters is like the human characters have certain rules their music has to follow. Everything that's happening is actually happening in universe musically, and then the gods can just do whatever they want. There's even more they do with that sort of like breaking the diegetic rules later on, but I won't talk about that now.
That's pretty cool. It'd be so useful to be able to just summon a choir, in real life.
Honestly.
Honestly.
Oh, that's so accurate. Imagine how much easier producing music would be if you could just be like, background vocals.
Especially a cappella.
Oh my gosh. There's a reason I haven't made a full a cappella cover yet, even as I'm getting into more solo music on my channel. Oh, it's very difficult.
Say no more, I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
It's just an infant. It's just a boy. What sort of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
This is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to. You can say goodbye to.
I could raise him as my own.
Your house and
far away from home. Make sure his past is never known.
Will make him
I'd rather
know
wait
we're
for ya.
bringing you down
I'm on my knees for ya. I'm begging
This is the
please.
will of the gods.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is who.
Oh no!
And that's the horse and the infant.
I am very excited that we. Oh my god! Okay, two things. I love how what was his name? Jorge. He's the one who
Yes.
who's running. Yeah, Jorge has kind of brought in Eat and Super Eat, which is if you know, do you know what that is?
No.
It's basically. Have you ever seen Emperor's New Clothes, where there's a little devil and a little angel on each shoulder? Yeah, that's basically Eat and the Super Eat.
Oh,
and here
okay.
he has the angel voice telling him like, no, like erase him as your own. Don't get blood on your hands. You know, and then you have the Dark Raven, or who I presume is Zeus.
Yes.
Who is like kind of saying like, no, like prevent it. Kill this baby. Blah 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 blah. And it's such a smart thing that Jorge has done here, because you're sitting here questioning like if like it's that whole the end justifies the means. Like that whole
Yes.
dilemma, right?
100%.
Because on one hand, you will prevent, who someone according to them who will take everything you held dear,
And
will
like the word
conquer and
avenger
conquer it.
specifically like
Yeah.
what you're doing, he's gonna make you pay for unless he's included in what you're
Exactly.
doing. Oh,
Exactly. And then, but on the other hand, you're murdering a toddler, dude. Like that's not something you do. So amazing. And wow. I did not expect Gigi is very talented. Like the facial expressions. Like
Oh,
I wanna
yeah.
see, can I
yeah, take it back.
look at
He's
this
so
here. Like
devastated.
this is. And it's like, because this is not, and I mean this in a very respectful, like this is not like a insanely complicated drawing.
No,
But the
they're
way
very
that Gigi-
sketchy. But that sounds
Yeah,
even
yeah,
worse. But it's very
And-
sketch-like.
but it's insane that because it just shows how talented Gigi is as an artist. Because if Gigi can bring out this emotion in a character with such like such little pen strokes, you know, that is actually insanely talented.
Yes.
Like people we have working with here, I love that. Like, oh wow, and. Well, I'm very angry that it's ending on a cliffhanger, but I'm happy because we're going to be watching the next one.
We're just going to be hopping right into the next one. There's a reason. And speaking of hopping into the next one, hey, I have a quick question for you. As we're talking about, like, what do you do? Like, on the other hand, you're killing an infant. I have really only one question for you. When does a man become a monster?
No, oh my god, no!
Here we go.
I look into your eyes and I think back to the sun of my
Isn't it so much worse with context?
old as he
Oh, my heart.
Uh-huh.
when I left for war.
Okay, I just want to pause.
Please do.
Gigi, absolute genius. I want to
Yes.
shake their hand. The way they've used the colors to signify the flashback and how it changed from this young, look at this happy
that
young
little-
fella, no beard. And then on war, it fades over
On
to this dark hymn
war.
like dress. It's so good. And my goodness, I love this song. Is like so good.
So
like I
good.
love it. I like when you said when does a man become, my heart broke because now I'm starting to understand this song in context.
Uh-huh. And we
You
were all
know?
worried that the fact that you knew the whole song was gonna make it so you didn't have a good reaction, but we should not have been worried. The moment, and like now that you know that you're as old as he was is referring to this child he's been asked to kill. Talking about his own son.
No.
Play at your own
I-
risk.
Dude, I was convinced when I heard this first time that this was like, okay, there's a kid who is like I was thinking like World War II or something like that, like, you know, like because I didn't look at the picture or anything. I just saw
Yeah.
that the title was Just a Man, and then I listened to it, you know,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, okay, this child is seeing the grim stuff of war, and this soldier has to kill someone in the village he's in or whatever. So close your eyes, don't watch. But okay, I was dead wrong.
Yeah, I'll let you play it whenever you're ready.
Will these actions haunt my days? Every
Yes.
man I've slain is the price I pay. Endless pain. Close your eyes and spare yourself.
No.
How could I hurt you?
Okay, good.
I'm just a man who's trying to go home. Even after all the years away from what I've known, I'm just a man who's fighting for his life. Deep down I would trade the world to see my son and wife.
No, right?
Just a man.
Dude, I am so happy that I get to experience this with Gigi's animation because that just brings out so much more. Like, wow, this use of color and the way the mirror reflects the flashback,
Expert.
lighter colors is the flashback, and then he's looking at the helmet to be like, oh my god, dude,
There's
I love
so
this
much
song even
talent from
more.
all of these animators.
And this is fan made. Like this is
Completely
not even part, like, this is
fan-made.
not like canon.
Yeah, purely
God
pulling
damn, bro.
from just obviously the original story. Like, since it's an adaptation, there is an original story that the animators can pull from. But like, the animators are pulling from a literal 1,000-year-old story, and then just the behind-the-scenes content that Jay has released, talking about like kind of what's going through his head when he's writing these things. the original 1,000-year-old source material and Jay's TikToks are the only things the animators have to pull from, and they make masterpieces like this. It's incredible.
This is just I just want to see that
Oh, do it.
Who's fighting?
like here when he picks it up,
Fighting for his
And that fighting. Oh,
deep
and then
down
here
I
where it-
trade the world to see my son and wife.
the war literally melting away, and then
the flicker of what he's gonna
and
become.
then.
But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster?
The multifaceted lyricism of when does a man become a monster being two things. It's one, when would this child become the monster prophesized to me? But when do I become a monster if I stop him now? It's double lyricized.
Just I have no words. That just wow. This made me rethink my entire existence. The way wow, what a smart choice. Like oh, Gigi, you oh my god, that's the tree, the dead willow black tree, and him looking in, seeing, and then it goes and oh my god, it's so good.
I know.
Oh my lord.
You want me to take it back? Just a little bit? Yeah.
A monster! I'm just a man.
Oh no! Does he let go? No! Does he let go? Dude, I'm just a man. Oh no. No.
So, before we continue, I do want to let you know. Actually, I'll let you recover. Take a moment. When Gigi made this, to my knowledge, they were not 100% sure, which is why they left it ambiguous. Other animatics I've seen were released after Jay confirms that Just a Man ends with him letting go.
Oh my god, he killed the child!
He did. He did kill the child. That is confirmed into the epic canon. I don't know how much of that comes from the Odyssey, because like I said, I am also blind to the original Odyssey story, but yes, that is confirmed.
But like that makes me wonder because this whole because now that prophecy that presumably Zeus shared that he will be an Avenger and da. But how does killing a child affect this poor man's mental health moving forward in this story? Like, I know that if I was in war and I had to kill a child because of the person he would become, that would definitely affect me.
Oh yeah,
Just personally.
100%, obviously. Okay, I want to hop and highlight one other thing before we close down this one and hop over to your channel for the rest, which is, do you remember what I said about background vocals and gods?
Yes.
So watch this. There's no god here. It's only immortal, which means these are his soldiers. As the light changes and as he walks out to the balcony, his soldiers diegetically are joining him in the question, when does a man become a monster?
Oh my god.
Those
Dude, I
backing
thought-
vocals are, by the rules of this show, have to exist. And that's showcased by that as the color changes, he's going out and all of his soldiers are looking up at him and joining him in the question, when does a man become a monster?
I was almost like, I almost got the impression that that the kid was a god, because as he picks him up, the voice just starts. I was like, okay, so the kid is a god, and then now he's walking towards the flame, which is just like hell.
Yeah.
But it does make more sense with the soldiers.
No worries, no worries. All right. Do you have anything else you want to say before we keep going?
I want to say, get your butts over to my channel because I don't want to wait. I want to watch more.
We're going to hop right over there in just a moment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have no idea where Mason is going to put all the patrons or anything like that, because normally they would go where Casper is. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks, man. Thank you to my patrons for supporting. Definitely head over to Casper's channel right after this so that we can support. Link to that's going to be in the description. You can come back to Casper. I promise it's okay.
Okay, great.
And I will see you guys over on Casper's channel for more of this. And as always, gals, blokes, and all other folks, I will see you in the next video. Bye! Are you familiar with the Odyssey?
With
The Odyssey?
from Super Mario Odyssey?